Hello, at your service, Rolina Manzanillo Fajardo, who is saying education is more important if it makes learners more human. So let us be a good example to the young generation. My dear students and viewers, if you are not yet done subscribing to this channel, please click the subscribe button because it would be a big help to the future beneficiaries of this charity YouTube channel. A very small action but would mean a lot to determined and deserving students of Aurora State College of Technology. Moving on, our topic is about RA 4670, which is entitled The Magna Carta for Public School Teachers. This time, we will be tackling Article 2, Sections 1 to 5, in which Article 2 is entitled Recruitment and Career. While for Section 3, it is entitled Recruitment and Qualification. This section tells that recruitment policy with respect to the selection and appointment of teachers shall be clearly defined by the Department of Education, so that selection and appointment shall be made clear to the applicant teachers and, of course, for them to be properly guided on what to do and what not to do. Under this section, the minimum educational qualifications for teacher applicants are clearly stated. For teachers in the kindergarten and elementary grades, they must be a graduate of bachelor's degree in elementary education. In ASCOT, we have BEd course, which is called Bachelor of Elementary Education, but in the other school, they have BSE Ed, which means Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education. Nothing different to that, only the title of the course. Graduates of that course can teach kindergarten and elementary education. How about for teachers of the secondary schools? They must be a graduate, a bachelor's degree in education, or its equivalent with major and minor, or a bachelor's degree in arts and science, or another 4-degree course but with 18 professional units in education. Now, the question is, if I am a Bachelor of Information Technology graduate, can I teach secondary? Yes. If I have 18 professional units in education. Having no 18 professional units in education, then I really cannot teach. How about an engineer, political science graduate, or a graduate of another course? Can they teach in secondary? Yes, provided they have 18 professional units in education. I hope that is clear to you. How about for the college level? At least, teacher applicants must have a master's degree with a specific area of specialization. But in the absence of applicants who possess the minimum educational qualifications, the school superintendent may appoint under temporary status. Same case in the college level. In the absence of applicants who possess the minimum educational qualifications, the college president may appoint a teacher, but under temporary status. Question: I am not yet a licensed professional teacher. Can I be in a regular permanent position? No. All teachers, whether they possess the minimum educational qualifications or not, they are required to pass the comprehensive examinations. Later on, we will discuss about LEP and DLEP. Another question: does a teacher who does not possess minimum educational qualifications may appoint by a school superintendent? As what we have said a while ago, with the absence of teacher applicant with minimum qualification, yes, the superintendent may appoint. But that teacher should be under a temporary status. Another question: does a teacher applicant who possesses the minimum educational qualification is still required to take competitive examination? The answer to that is yes. Then, what kind of competitive examination is that? We call that as English proficiency tests. When you apply as a teacher in the DepEd or Department of Education, you need to pass the English proficiency tests. All teacher applicants, regardless of what major they finish, they need to pass this English proficiency tests. That's why even if you are a Filipino major, you need to be also proficient in English. And regarding with the competitive examination, result should be made public and every applicant shall be furnished with his or her score or rank in said examinations. Then what about under section 4? This section is entitled Probationary Period. It says in here that when recruitment takes place after adequate training and professional preparation in any school recognized by the government, no probationary period preceding regular appointment shall be imposed if the teacher possesses the appropriate civil service eligibility. In this case, once you are hired in the Department of Education as a permanent teacher, then one of your passes is the civil service eligibility. This is what we call as the licensure examination for teachers. For now, we call it as BLET, which means Board Licensure Examination for Professional Teachers. But then, due to the exigencies of the service, it is necessary to employ as teacher a person who possesses the minimum educational qualification. Even if the teacher applicant has no civil service eligibility yet, then he or she can be hired, but not on a permanent position, but on a provisional status. So having no civil service eligibility, yes, you can still be hired if there is no more teacher applicants who possesses the minimum educational qualifications, but then you are under probationary period or probationary status. And this would be for not less than 1 year from and after the date of provisional appointment. Next is the section 5. This section tells that the stability of employment and security of tenure shall be assured the teachers as provided under existing laws. In this section, extended permanent appointment is discussed. Then what is extended permanent appointment? This means that subject to the provisions of section 3, which is teachers appointed on a provisional status for lack of necessary civil service eligibility shall be extended permanent appointment for the position he or she is holding after having rendered at least 10 years of continuous, efficient, and faithful service. It means that in 10 years of continuous, efficient, and faithful service, even if you don't have yet the civil service eligibility, even if you don't have the license for professional teachers, you can still be a permanent teacher. But we call that as extended permanent appointment. So that's the power of Section 5 under RA 4670. Now, to end with, let me remind you of this. Help your students become human. May your effort as a teacher someday must never produce learned monsters and skilled thieves of the country. Remember that education is important if it makes the learners more human. That's all, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And these are the references that I use. See you on our next lesson.